So hey, yeah, I'm Ace Convoy, and I'm here reviewing Transformers Prime Wheeljack. So here's the story behind this guy. So yesterday morning, I found him at a Target in the DC area, or Richmond Highway to be precise. Now, these guys aren't actually out yet in the Targets per se. I actually acquired an ISBN code at, I'm just going to say a forum I frequently visit, tfw2005.com. And I simply, I just requested, hey, have this code thing, go get this thing for me. And the guy was kind enough to go in the back and grab this for me. So, yeah, this is, frankly, I was really hesitant at first because I heard the second edition Prime toys aren't as good as the first edition so far, and I was really hesitant about getting this guy, but this is a good choice. I recommend this figure. He's pretty screen accurate compared to his CGI model on the show, except for the fact that you can't take off his mask there. That's, I personally would have liked to have a faceplateless version of Jack, but it's cool. But he's a pretty good figure. Let's get on to the transformation. The transformation is really kind of simple. So what the legs are kind of tricky. In fact, that the first time around, I actually got some stress marks on one of his leg joints here. So you got to be careful. Don't really know where, but it's somewhere along those areas. So let's start the transformation. First, what you're going to do, you're going to pull out his chest here, and then this. If you can see that, this slides up, and then he basically just extended his faux windshield area. What you're going to do, then you're going to fold his wings down like that, and then you're going to fold this up. That should simply just snap into place. Then his arms, you're going to bring those down and around, and then you're going to fold his hands in, and then flip his windscreen around. You're going to basically rinse and repeat for the other side. So, okay, here we go. And then let's put that back up. Now for the legs. These they're pretty sturdy. I like how these are built. So what you're going to do, you're going to fold his foot down, and then you're going to flip the hood around, and then basically you're going to rinse and repeat for the other side, down, and then you're going to fold this area, well, pull it down, and that's actually where I got confused, because around this area I didn't know you had to pull it down because, oh, there we go. I didn't know you had to pull it down because I don't read the instructions when I transform these. I just look and go, and I don't recommend that. But thankfully the stress marks aren't too bad, because when he's, oh, there it is, right there. If you can see it right there, it's not too bad, but I almost broke a figure. Well, just focus, and then you're going to flip these this way. Now, then you're going to flip these around and snap them together. And then you're going to flatten his pelvis there, and then bring the front end of the car to a halt down here. Flatten that again. And you're going to basically squeeze it all in there. Snap it, snap it, snap it. Okay. And frankly, I've had, there is an issue with getting this to snap in all the way, but basically if you sort of, when you're squeezing this all together, if you just sort of compact it and slightly pull it this way, it should snap together firmly. Now, let me level up the camera so I can give you an Ace Convoy in-depth review of his faux Stratus mode. Alrighty, for those of you who've watched the G1 episodes of Transformers, you'll know that the original Wheeljack vehicle mode was a Lancia Stratus. Now, of course, I don't think Fiat allows anyone to gain the rights of a Lancia Stratus for cheap nowadays, so they made a fairly close representation of it. It's, you know, if this was a Lancia Stratos today, it'd be a pretty good looking one. And, you know, it rolls. It looks, obviously, you know, I can't really tell. It looks like it could be a mid-engine car. I don't know if the original was mid-engine, but it looks cool. One thing I don't like, I don't like these. Looks like I don't know how that's supposed to work really, but you know, oh well. I wish there was like a grill or something in there, but you know, it works for what it is. But you know, I've always wondered. I wonder if this was supposed to be first edition, or it just, and someone made a mistake and labeled this as one of the best second edition figures. Because this is really a really good figure because it snaps together so well. It's so firm. It's really firm. No pun intended. And really, this is the best $12.49 I've ever spent. Now, when you know, of course, not all the wheels might turn when you roll it, but it rolls fairly well, and it has some MechTech ports right there. I wasn't really expecting those on Prime Toys, but you know, what are you gonna do? Hasbro's trying to mech tech us to death. And I found a really neat application for that is really putting his swords on his side on the MechTech ports here, and then I guess, you know, I guess you could like use this when he's going after the mech dudes. He could just sort of drift into them and slice them to death. You know what? I'll be back.
I'm a mad mech man. I'm evil. I took over the world. I steal your babies.
It could totally work. I want to see that in the show. But let's go back to robot mode, do some size comparisons. Aw, how cute. But yeah, you know, he is a better figure than Drift here because he is posable. What they do have in common is the fact that they lack waist joints, and well, actually they have a lot in common. They have very similar shoulder joints here. They both look quite epic. Drift looks epic in his G1 ninja kind of way, and Wheeljack looks epic because it's Wheeljack with broadswords. How can you not think that's awesome? But I really recommend him. I would recommend you go after Drift. I mean, Wheeljack first. But you know, if you don't have a Drift yet, go ahead and grab one of these too because he is a must-have. I mean, he's not posable. His ninja door sheaths get in the way, like a certain Masterpiece Skywarp I know, and those serve no purpose. And he has no ankle joints. He has these really thick ankles, and the rear end of the car folds up worse than movie Bumblebees. But if he's doing you know, when you have him in a simple pose, I like how I just turned this to a Drift review. When he's in a simple pose, he looks pretty good. I like it. But, yeah. Drift. I'm a car robot.
始めまして。私はドリフトです。どうぞよろしく。いいですね。
Anyway, so this concludes my Transformers Prime wheel drift review, and let's throw some wreckers in there. Let's not. Let's throw my favorite wrecker in there. Okay, let's throw my real favorite wrecker in there. Let's not. But yeah, it's a really good figure. I recommend it. I might pick up Soundwave because I heard that is also a pretty good toy, and I was looking at a picture of the second edition Viacon, and yeah, I might go after that too. I'm staying away from the Voyagers right now because the first edition Prime was the one I was looking at because I like the darker plastics, and the second edition just looks kind of cheap. Second edition RC, it looks, you know, I didn't like the first edition that well, but you know, if push comes to shove, I'd probably shell out for the pink one. Most likely not, because it looks so out of place in my collection in my bedroom, period. Most likely not. If I do buy it, I'll buy it for my sister. I'll play around with it first and give it to my sister. But I like the first edition mold better than the pink because the way the design, it fits those brighter colors for me better. But maybe if they do a third edition RC, I'll pick it up. But yeah, but in generally this might be my only Prime toy because other than Soundwave, they're not really impressing me at all at this point. And this dude is nearly 100% screen accurate. I'd give it a 95, but I'd give it an 8.8 out of 10 because it's really sturdy, but but he's kind of small. He's really small, but that's just me. My Transformers are getting smaller. And I'm running out of things to say. It's Friday night. I have some essays to write. Let's probably get on that. And yeah, this is my Wheeljack review. My bad. Wheeljack. Wheeljack. Yo. Yeah. Remember it.